I am Craig Gustave. I'm 39 years old. I drive a 2010 Evolution MR. It's a 2010 Mitsubishi Evolution. It's Japan spec, so it's I think we call it on our end the MR. On the US side, we call it the MR. On Japanese side, they call it the GSR. So it runs the SST transmission. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, it's always been a dream car of mine. I had a GT Lancer at one point, and as soon as I bought the GT Lancer, I think the same year or the year after, they came out with the Evo 10, and it's always been something that I've wanted. It was always out of my price range when it just came out, but I guess saving up and commitment to getting my dream car, I was able to get my hands on one. My passion for cars, has come a long way. It started quite a number of years ago. I think my first car was a Toyota 11, and then from there moving into a Starlet, then moving into a Celica. So I mean, the passion for cars has been there from a very long time ago. So it's something I've always had. It's a drive. It's a serious drive that I have for the automotive industry. Boy, how long would I say? Physically driving, I would say maybe about 15 years. Into motorsports, I think I would say maybe 20 years, or a little bit more maybe. I remember my days going down to the base to watch Shaft, Dale Elliott, and all these other guys racing. And I was only about that age. I was only about 15, around there. So it's really been some time. My favorite motorsport, to be honest, is drag racing. The thrill, that instant thrill, for that 15 seconds or more, or less, I should say, is what drives me. That makes within that time, it allows me to feel free. My first car, as I said, was a Toyota 11. That was my actual first car. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that car very much. Minus the turbo problems. It was extremely reliable. Then I moved over to the Toyota Starlet. That's a Glanzer. That one was turbocharged. Then we moved over to the Celica GT, which had a 3S GT engine in it at one point. Got rid of that. I think I took a break from there. I think I jumped, and then when I came back, I jumped into a Skyline R33, I believe it was. I didn't have that for much. I didn't have for too long, and then I took another break. So, I mean, in my 15 maybe years of it, I think I've had about these. Yeah, that's pretty much the 4 cars. Well, I mean, for me, for motorsports on a whole, I just want to see it grow. I want to see it get back to where it was, and then surpass that. So that's my goal for motorsports. For the car itself, I'm literally looking to get at least mid 11s on pump, and see where it goes in 185 from there. The turbo noises, but the fact that it's reliable, it's still giving me that stock feeling of driving. Apart from the noises, the exhaust noises, it still has that stock feel. I think that's the most, that's what drives me, that's what has me enjoying it the most. Normally when you modify a car, you tend to start to lose the the daily driver feel, the comfortable feel about driving a stock vehicle. This has allowed me to do everything that I wanted to do, engine-wise, but it has maintained the stock feel. I was going to say the transmission, but the transmission has proven me wrong on so many different occasions. What can I say I don't dislike about this car? Literally, that question, I don't have an honest answer, but I really wished I had one with a sunroof. I think that would be my answer right now, because I honestly wish it had a sunroof. The car itself, for me, one of my main advantages is that I can drive it as aggressive as I want. If I'm not in the mood to be in a racy, if I'm not in the racy mood, I can drive it in many different modes, and it gets as easy as driving a regular automatic. If I'm in a sporty mood, it can go as rough as driving a full sequential gearbox. So I think that goes in hand. So yeah, I think that would be the main thing here. I'll be honest, I've told many of my friends that if what I know now, what I've learned over the years with this car, if I had to do it over, I would actually buy a Ralliart and start from there. I think the Ralliart, it's a bang for buck. I mean, you can pretty much all Evo experts swap on the Ralliart. I think with minimal changes, you can have a pretty much stock Evo in a Ralliart shell. So if I had to really do it again, I would spend half in the purchasing of the Ralliart in the Evo and purchase a Ralliart and spend the other half in parts, and I think I'll be the same place where I am now, much faster. It has mixed emotions, to be honest. There's always that fear that something can break. There's always that fear that when I line up on the track, there's always that fear that $1,000 plus part is gonna break, depending on how I treat the car. So really and truly, there's a strong mixed feeling for the sport, but it's a passion. So most times I go there with the full mindset that it's a man-made part. So if it has to break, it'll break. I just have to focus on on repairing it. So that's that. Major differences. Where my car is right now, I think my car is on a very much different level. I mean, I have a fully built engine, so there are lots of differences right now as we speak. I mean, I run a fully built engine. There's nothing in there that is, I mean, there's stuff that's there that's stock, but a lot less of on his car. So there are a lot of differences. The build list for this. Okay, we could probably start with the engine, with the block itself, the long block. We're looking at on the head, we're running a BC 272 cams. We're running Ferro valves on both intake and exhaust. Also running the Magnus Delete on the exhaust side. This is still running the stock head gasket, and then we move over to the block. The block is Manley pistons, Eagle rods, stock crank, ACL bearings. That's pretty much it for the long block. Everything else, I mean, on the outside we have the regular bolt-ons. Well, regularly relative. We have the MAP Performance manifold, exhaust manifold, with an Ultimate Racing downpipe, 3-inch downpipe, connected to custom exhaust all the way back. We have the AGT, well, the newly installed AGT 64mm single scroll setup with the dual port wastegate. With that, we have the ETS 2.5-inch intake. For fuel, we're running 1200cc injectors, FIC. Running it through a radium fuel rail with a radium pulse dampener, fuel pressure regulator, running through a radium fuel filter. All the way back, we have a 6AN feed, and we're using the stock feed line as now the return line. So that works pretty well on maintaining fuel pressure. Saving up for the turbo. I think that had me back for quite some time. Considering the cost of the stock frames, the stock frame technology is not cheap. It's pretty very expensive. So I think if I had to say the major setback, it would have been the turbo. This platform is not cheap. I think we need to put it out there. It's not a cheap platform. It's a very expensive platform, especially the transmission. Transmission it's strong, but it's fragile in the same sentence. So if you're getting into it, you get into it, but you get into it knowing that it's gonna cost, pertaining to what you want. I mean, the Ralliart, as I said, the Ralliart is a lower base model. So I think it's a little bit more affordable to purchase it, but then it goes back into the same quality of parts and goes back right into the same cost with the Evo X parts, because they are really and truly the same. So I mean, if you want to get involved, I mean, I don't discourage you, but just knowing that if you're getting into it, it's expensive. I don't have another one I would actually go into. I mean, I love other motorsports. I just think there is a different type of men. I would say different types of men. Rally, you need a different type of hat. It's a lovely motorsport, but it's swinging around, drifting around a dirt course where you literally have bush or drains or gutters on either side at 80 miles an hour. I just believe that's a different type of hat. So I mean, really and truly, I would probably still be sticking to drag racing. Okay, well, future plans for the car right now is to actually get it to a place where, I mean, one of my goals, as I said, is to hit 11s, low 11s, with the setup on pump gas. Hopefully then move on to E85. But now, as the car game is, I mean, you upgrade one part and then you need to upgrade the other part to make it work properly. So I think the future mods for this would be to upgrade the clutches in the transmission, because obviously we're trying to put out a little bit more torque than the transmission can hold up with the firmware we have now. So it would be clutches, and then try to move over to a double pumper system, just so we can maintain a little bit more fuel. Can handle a bit more fuel, especially when you're running E85. You're looking at a little bit more injector size. So that's also something I'm have to look at as well in terms of changing the injectors. If I had to sell the car, it's bumped into my head a couple of times, just because of the finances that I put into it. Thought many times of just selling it as is. But every time I look for joy, it comes back to my brain. So it comes back to my face all the time. So it's something I don't think I will be selling. I think I'm just going to hold on to it. I mean, at this point, it's really, really, really enjoyable car to drive. And even with now the new turbo on, it's added that extra smile. Yes, so definitely, I work with a small group of guys, which I literally have a lot to be thankful for. Rev Factory, that's Claudius and Dwayne. These guys are the masterminds behind the build. They have done tremendously well. This engine has given me no issues from the time they handed it over to me to now, and it's continuing to show and to really work. I mean, how he's promised it would work. Also Tyron Polios. Tybo has, I mean, this guy, I don't hear a noise on the car, I don't call Tyron. He's the other magician behind everything, behind the car itself. He's the one who puts it together, takes it down, maintains it. So, and then we have Jamel Harvey. He does all electronics. So anything wiring, Jamel handles that. Who else am I missing? And I mean the rest of my team, Kerry, Clozel, the rest of the guys who support, you know, and keep pushing me when I want to give up on it. They're the ones that say, boy, we reached so far already, you know, why you want to pull off on it? So I mean, to those, I mean, these are the guys, you know, that even Mokish, we have Clinton. So all of these are the group that keeps it together, and you know, we motivate each other, and we just keep striving. Each of us have our own goals. My goal is just wild, but everybody else has their strategic goal, and we all help each other and strategize it. Boy, I want to call out so many people, but it's not about call out. I think in the past I've had many healthy races. And these races have really urged me to get where I am today. I think if I did not have these races, or these little battles on Facebook, or these little, you know, I don't think I would have pushed myself to this point. So if I have to call out anybody or want to race anybody again, there are a couple of people. I mean, I would say definitely I need to race Pretty, the BMW guys again. I need to race them. Both of them. I've always enjoyed racing them. It's been a little icky in the past couple of months, but I have always enjoyed racing them. It's good competition. These cars are fast up top, so I've needed to work on my up top game, like many other cars. So, but I'll be honest, I think later down the line, I think I'll be looking at troubling some GTRs. Not being worried about anything. I mean, personally, if I get the car to launch off the line, I don't think I need to be worried. I now have the up top game, so I think it'll be a good competition. I'd like to thank Driven Path, you know, Adani for doing this. It's something I've been wanting to do, but I never really got the time. The car was not in a position where, you know, we were ready to do it. So I just want to, you know, say thanks to Danny, and let's keep the motorsports game alive.